Hi everyone, welcome to our Monday Yin Yoga session. So as I can't be with you today, this is a recording of the session so you can do it at home. It does work very well in the evenings to do our Yin practice, so if you can, keep it in the evening time. Make sure you've got all your support that you need, your bolsters, your blankets, your pillows, and a block and a strap as well. So I will talk you through all the postures as normal. I will stay in them a little bit longer, so if you do need to double check your positioning, you can have a look at me in the posture. I'm going to try not to talk too much because it's nice just to delve into your practice as much as possible, and you've all been practicing a while now, so it will get easier to find that place of stillness where the mind is maybe more able to let go. And we're going to work towards doing a Yin practice where I don't talk at all. I have done one myself. It feels quite strange to start with because you're just watching the teacher, and then once you come into the position and you hold, the teacher just gives you a signal to release out and to change position. But we'll work towards that and maybe try it at a later date. So for now, if you set up your pillows, your bolster, your blankets as I have on my mat. So ideally having your block just underneath your bolster or your pillow, and then do have a blanket for your head. We're going to be coming into reclining butterfly. So when you're ready, just have a seat alongside your pillow or your bolster. Make sure the feet are on the mat so you come down with some support, and then just roll backwards. Make sure that blanket is underneath your neck so you feel fully supported there. We are just going to let the arms open out to the side of our bodies. If it feels okay, we're going to let the soles of the feet come together. And if it doesn't feel okay, then just keep that bend into the legs. If it feels too strong on your lower back, you can take another pillow and just place it at the very base of your spine. So do try that if it's feeling a little bit strong to start with. We're just going to let our eyes close now. Starting to draw the intention inwards. So stepping away from the outside world. I'm going to press that pause button for now. Our eyes are closed. The jaw is relaxed. Bringing your awareness to the tip of the nose. And as you breathe in, just drawing that breath down into the abdomen. Letting the abdomen rise with that in-breath. And slowly release with the out-breath. Letting that support just hold the body, so the body can just let go. You should just be able to hear the breath. Just very softly. And just take a moment to ask yourself, how am I? How am I feeling today? Maybe you had quite a busy day. Maybe the body is tired. Just check in. Acknowledge those feelings. And acknowledging what comes to your mind. And then taking a breath in, just send those thoughts, those feelings, just allow them to start to lift away with the exhalation. Letting go of your day. And if during your practice you still find thoughts coming into the mind, just acknowledge them and then just send them away. Remember, you're pressing the pause button, delving into your Yin practice for some well-needed self-care. Allowing the muscles to lengthen and release anything that they're storing. Let's take one more breath here. And then just bring your hands to your legs. Help the legs come back in together. And then using your hands, just push yourself off of your support. Remember, with Yin, we come in and out very slowly. There's a big shift in energy when we hold our postures, so we want to ease out really, really carefully. So just take every movement slowly today, even moving your props, moving your support away. So just rolling, moving that support to one side, away from your mat. And we're going to let ourselves roll back down and come to Shavasana for a moment. Just let the feet fall out to the side and the palms face upwards. And then take a bend into the legs, bringing the feet hip width apart. Arms are alongside you. Tucking in the chin, lengthening through the spine. We're going to bring our right heel on top of our left knee. And then draw that left knee in. Supporting around the knee, or supporting underneath the thigh. Breathing in, and then as you exhale, just squeeze that knee to you. Hold for a moment, and then as you inhale, just release the knee a little. And again, exhaling, squeezing the knee in. We're going to continue here with the breath. Very slow movement. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Release the jaw. And it feels quite nice just to keep the eyes closed as much as possible during our Yin practice. It really helps us to delve deeper into the body. It helps us to let go of the outside world and just be fully present in how we're feeling on our mat. We're going to take one more breath here, and this time just hold in that knee to the chest. So breathing in fully to the abdomen, breathing out. And then very slowly just release that left leg down, bringing the right foot back to your mat. Taking a moment, feeling that shift maybe in the energy. And then when you're ready, just changing sides, left heel on the right knee, and drawing that right knee in. And coming back to that movement with the breath. So as you breathe in, you're just releasing the knee a little. And then as you exhale, you're squeezing the knee in. Movement is really slow. Feeling it in that left side. And then just holding that knee inwards towards the chest. And breathing here. Keep the shoulders relaxed. very slowly just release the legs. Let the feet come back to the mat. Just take a moment here. Just taking one more breath. And then when you're ready, just roll to one side and slowly bring yourself upwards. So if you have two blocks, bring them to the top of your mat. If you don't, you can just use your bolster or two containers. And we're just going to bring our hands onto our mats. Take the fingers wide. And we're going to tuck the toes and come into downward dog. So pushing the hips back, relaxing the head. Squeeze the inner arms open into the shoulders. Bringing the heels towards the back of your mat. Breathing into the abdomen and slowly releasing the breath out. We're going to look forward, so we're going to step our right foot forward into dragon. So this is where you need your blocks, or if you're using your bolster, you can put your bolster at the front of your mat, as close to your foot as you can, and then holding here. So obviously this one we won't hold for quite as long. We are going to hold for a while to allow the hips, the thighs. This is a good one for the psoas as well. And if you need to, just drop that left knee down. That's quite okay to drop that knee down. You don't need to keep it up. Keep the shoulders relaxed, so try not to let the shoulders come up. Pull the shoulders away. So either keeping that left knee down or keeping that left knee up. And either stay in here, or if you want to, which I personally find more comfortable, is you can shift your blocks or block over to your left hand, your left arm, and bring your right arm over as well, and come down onto your elbows. So you can come to this position if you need to. You may find you don't need a block or support. Maybe you might stay on your hands here without any blocks or support. Or again, maybe you feel quite comfortable coming deeper. Again, you can let that left knee come down. So you decide, you play around with this asana, working with what feels comfortable for you. It is quite strong, it is deep. You will feel areas coming up where you're holding tension. Just keep using your breath. Nice and long, nice and deep. Let's take one more breath. just shift that right hand back so it's the other side of your right foot. And step the feet back, let the knees come down, and just sit back to your heels. You can grab your support here if you need it. Either resting your head to your mat, to your block, to your blanket. And then just release the arms so they're alongside your legs. Breathing into the whole of the spine, the whole of the back. Taking your time here, really letting that breath lengthen. We're going to take 2 more long breaths. And then we're going to extend our hands back out towards the top of our mat. And we're going to come back to our downward dog position. Still breathing fully into the body. Sending away that tension, that tightness. We're going to look towards our hands and we're going to be stepping our left foot forward. So dragon the other side. So remember, you can grab blocks or some sort of support, books, a container. Bringing your hands underneath your shoulders and just making sure that knee is not going over the ankle. Have that knee in line with the ankle. Holding here. Remember, you can drop that knee down if you need to. So you can stay where you are, or you can bring the hands to that left side, or sorry, the right side of the left foot. Another option is you can grab your bolster here if you want to, and you can fold towards your bolster. So there's lots of different options. There's lots of different ways we can take support if our bodies need it. So you can stay on your hands, you can come down onto the elbows. Breathing fully into the body. 2 more breaths. Bringing that left hand back to the outside of the left foot. Stepping back, letting the knees come down. And sitting back to your heels or grabbing that support to come down onto. Once again, just let the arms relax alongside the legs. Being aware of maybe a shift in energy, maybe a warmth to the legs, feeling that blood circulating in the lower body. We're going to hold here for a few more breaths. Taking one more breath. And very slowly, when we come out really slowly, coming back up. So we are going to be sitting down on our mat. So it does feel quite nice to sit on a little bit of support. So if you need to, just fold a blanket to sit down. It is Yin Yoga. We want to be as comfortable as possible on our mats. So I'm going to sit down on a blanket. We will need our bolster or our pillows. And we are going to be taking our legs wide. If you are sitting on some support, try not to be completely back on it. You want to be tilting forwards rather than leaning back. And that bolster or that pillow is going to come between the legs. We're going to take our feet or our legs out wide. And you can stack that support if you need it, or maybe you might want your block there. So coming into dragonfly now. We've just done our dragon. This is dragonfly. So keeping that support as close to you as possible, we're going to start to walk our body forwards. Now if we can't come down too low today, maybe you can just bend the elbows, just rest the chin on the hands, or we rest our head on our block. Just finding that level that feels comfortable for you. And obviously if we're quite used to this pose, we don't have any problems coming down. Bring that head to your bolster, to your blanket. Relax the shoulders, relax the arms to the floor. And we're going to be holding here. So no tension in the feet, just let the feet go. Feeling that stretch and release all the way along the inner leg, into the groin, into the pelvis, and also into the glutes and the lower back. It's a real whole body stretch the lower body particularly. So just holding here, acknowledging anything that comes up. We're working deep into our fascia, our connective tissue. And the older we get, the drier that fascia becomes. And that can often give us stiffness or muscle tension. Also is what can accelerate the aging process as well, and that fascia becomes quite dry. So we want to keep these muscles stretched. We want to put a little bit of pressure on that connective tissue when we hold our yin poses. And that stimulates the hyaluronic acid, which is around our fibres and our cells and our tissues. And this is what holds water. So the more we stimulate this, the more hydrated these cells are. So lots going on within the body when we hold our poses. The longer we hold, the deeper we go. Again, just let the mind disappear, if you like, for the next while. Only thinking about what's going on in the body, not thinking about what to have for dinner later or what you need to do tomorrow. Just really being present, acknowledging what's coming up during your practice. Taking a moment to listen. Hold for about another minute, so do make any adjustments that you may need to make. Taking a few more breaths here. Taking one more breath. And coming up really, really slowly. We're going to move that bolster to the side of our mat. giving that support as well. And maybe bringing that blanket on top of your bolster once again. So we're going to come to our side twist. So we want our bolster or our pillow alongside our right hip. We're going to bring that right foot in front, that left foot behind us. If you don't particularly like this asana, or it's not for you today, just move your support and come to deer pose, where we come round this way and come down. Okay, so if the twist is too much today, there is that alternative of deer. So it's quite like pigeon pose. If you're feeling okay, that support is alongside your right hip. Remember, we're turning our abdomen, so we want to kind of twist our body towards our support and either bringing our head down to that support, or if you're quite comfortable in the neck, you turn your left ear onto your bolster or your support and turn the head to the right side. Do make sure the arms are comfortable, so maybe walk them up towards the top of your mat, like you're hugging your bolster or hugging the pillow. Make any adjustments you need to make. If you feel you can twist maybe a little bit more, maybe lift back up off that bolster, bringing the tummy a little closer to it. And remember, if you take that left leg back further, it does give you a deeper twist as well. So just play around, find that point that feels good for you. And then we are going to be holding. So letting the eyes close. As you breathe in, just send the breath all the way to the base of the spine, allowing the lower spine to expand with the breath, and then slowly drawing that breath back up through the spine as it releases from the body. Holding for about another minute. Make any adjustments you need. So when you're ready, we need to come out really, really slowly, particularly the twists. Working through the whole spine. Just really take your time coming up really slowly with care. So we're going to be shifting our support to the other side. And again, when you lift that support, particularly if you've got a bolster, do be careful because they are heavy. You've just done a very deep stretch of your spine. The spine is very open when we do these deep stretches, so we need to be very, very careful. So moving that support over to your left hip this time. The left knee is in front, the right leg is behind. Again, we might want a little bit of support for our head, depending how you feel. And sometimes I just take a bit of support under my foot as well, particularly if it feels like it's digging into the floor. This is quite a hard floor, it depends where you're practicing. So do turn yourself, you're starting to turn your abdomen towards your support, towards your bolster, towards your pillow. And again, folding down. Maybe it's just the head that comes down to that support, or maybe it's turning the right ear. Bearing in mind, the sides can feel different. But if it doesn't feel the same this side, if it feels not quite as comfortable to turn the head, then don't do it. Maybe take a minute or two in the pose before you come to that position. Do walk the arms forward a little so you bring the chest down to your bolster or to your pillow, and the shoulders are able to relax. Relax the feet so you're not holding anything up. Relax the knees. Relax the hands. Again, that breath is coming in nice and long. Sending that breath to the base of the spine. adjustments, and then just finding that edge, finding that place of stillness. I'm going to be holding for a few more breaths. And then very, very slowly, really taking your time to come back up. Once you're up, we're going to let the soles of the feet come together. And we're going to grab our bolster, again very carefully, they are heavy, and just bring it onto our feet, onto the bottom of our ankles or our legs, and then again you might want your blanket as well. So it already feels quite soothing with that weight on the feet or on the legs. If we finally get a class where we can all be together in person, I tend to use sandbags, which feel amazing. So particularly as you come into a forward bend, I place sandbags on your back, and it's a lovely treat. So hopefully we'll get to that stage at some point. So let's fold forward here, again very carefully. Make sure you'll be able to come down onto support fully. So whether that's your blanket or your bolster, it feels quite nice just to let your arms relax on your legs. So my knees are just at the bottom of my legs. Arms feel quite nice to be upwards, just maybe tuck in underneath your pillow or your bolster. And make sure the head is fully supported. Just imagine the shoulders just peeling open. If you're finding it a little bit uncomfortable on the bottom, you can sit on a blanket just to take that pressure off if you need to. So do check in, what areas do you feel maybe there's a little bit of tension, and see if you can make an adjustment so it feels more comfortable to hold the pose. Being aware as you breathe in of the abdomen, coming into contact with your bolster a little bit more. Gently releasing the breath out. Sending that breath into the shoulders. As you exhale, just letting the shoulders go a little bit more. Checking in that you're not holding the jaw, you're not holding the tongue. Allowing the whole of the face to relax. We're going to be holding for about another minute. So making any adjustments that you need to make. Maybe you feel you want to go deeper into the pose now. And then once again, just finding that place of stillness. Here. And then very slowly roll yourself back up. Just push your bolster away. Lean back on the hands with the feet and the knees together. And we're just going to take a little rock side to side, but slowly rolling onto the left hip, rolling on to the right. Just pushing into the legs a little bit as you get there. And then taking it the other way, just holding, just pausing. Really squeeze the shoulder blades as well. We're going to do that one more time each side. So rolling over, holding, squeeze the shoulders. So I'm going to give you two options now. Yoga is your practice, it's not mine, so I want you to see what pose would benefit you more today. So also it might depend what equipment you have as well. So I'll show you the one with the bolster first. So with the bolster, we want it along our lower back to start. We're going to be rolling back over our bolster. So rolling back, walking the feet, and then pushing up the hips and just bringing the bolster to the very base of the spine. We're going to let palms face upwards, and we're going to bring our heels up to the ceiling. If you need to make any adjustments, if you feel your bolster's slipping, then obviously make that adjustment. And if you have a wall close to you, then do this against a wall, it feels lovely. So there's option one. And again, it will depend on what support you have. Option two is using the strap, but you need to have a strap with a buckle on. So as I say, it might be that you need to do the first option, and with our strap, we're going to do our neck stretch. If you have all the equipment at home, then you're going to choose what one works better for you today. So with your strap, you need to thread your strap in your buckle, like a belt. Make sure it's secure. So, like so. I've got quite short legs, so I need to make mine maybe a little bit tighter. And then lying on your back, you thread one part underneath the back of the head and one part in or under your foot. And I still need to make mine smaller for my short legs. So I've got my strap, middle part, back of my head, and the rest of my strap, which is a bit twisted, but it doesn't matter, underneath my foot. So you want your foot to be supporting your head. Arms are in exactly the same position, palms facing upwards, arms away from the body. Whatever position you've chosen, just let your eyes close. Slowing that breath back down. Expanding that breath into the chest, into the lungs, into the abdomen. The more we become aware of our breath, the more our breath helps us during our day-to-day activities. The minute you feel stress or anxiety or worry, come back to your breath and take a few long breaths. It will help you see more clearly, it will help you release that worry, that stress, and it will slow you down. You're rushing. So if you want to change legs here, you can do so, swapping over with the strap. If you're on your bolster and you want to take it Further, it feels quite nice to hug the knees into the chest. So I'll just come back onto my bolster a moment, so if you need to look at me, you can see. So obviously you're starting with the heels to the ceiling. And if you just bring the knees in, hug the knees in. And then if you want to take it into a slight back bend, you can start to take hold of the toes and draw the heels back to the ceiling, maybe starting to pull yourself off of your bolster into snail pose. I've got the singing bowl just behind me, so excuse me if there's a big clattering at the minute. So holding here, the toes should come down to the floor. Mine have come to the singing bowl. So this is snail pose. So holding for a little bit longer, a few more breaths. If you came down to snail and you want to come back out, just bring the knees back to the chest. And if you are using your bolster, just bring the feet back to your mat now and just push up, remove your bolster from underneath your lower back and just roll the spine back down. If you're using your strap, you're going to release out of your strap now. And we're going to be coming down to Shavasana. So do take some support maybe under the knees if it feels comfortable. You can also put your blanket at the top of your mat for your head. Make sure you're warm. If you need to grab an extra layer. Again, the arms are going to move away from the body. Take some distance between the legs and just let the eyes close. So making sure you're fully comfortable in this final resting asana. Breathing into the body. And as you breathe out, just feeling the body getting heavier onto your mat. Releasing the neck and the shoulders. Releasing the face and the jaw. Allowing the back to fully relax. Releasing the arms and the hands. Releasing the legs and the feet. So lying in Shavasana, I want you to imagine that we're all lying in a big circle together, with our heads going in towards the circle and our feet going out. And in the center of our circle is a big heart filled with love. Standing just behind your head, looking down at you, is your angel or guide or someone that's familiar to you. And you ask your angel or guide to step into the circle of love and take a piece of that love and take it to someone that needs it right now. And whilst your angel or guide is gone, we're going to imagine that we're sending love to the person on our right and sending that love throughout the whole of our circle. So everyone that's part of our Monday group, we're sending love and connection to. So everybody is receiving love. And as your angel or guide comes back to the center of our circle, they take a piece more of that love and place it into your heart. Feeling that love spread throughout the whole of your body. Feeling that love for yourself, feeling that love for your family, for your friends. Feeling that love for the whole of the world. body lying in Shavasana. Being aware now of any sounds around you. Being aware of the floor beneath you. And then slowly bringing the knees into the chest. Squeezing the knees in. Taking a little rock side to side. Keeping the eyes closed, just slowly awakening the body. Rolling to one side. And then very slowly coming back to seated. I'm going to finish our practice today with 3 Om mantras. So feel free to join in at home. I'm going to inhale and begin. To your heart center and bowing to Namaste. Namaste everyone, thank you for joining me for our Yin Yoga session this evening, and I look forward to seeing you online very soon. Do take it easy this evening, try not to have too much screen time. It's quite good maybe to have an evening where we switch off, maybe drink lots of water, have a herbal tea and an early night. So I will see you soon. Much love, take care now, bye for now.